Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. 4 men have been arrested after images of US President Donald Trump and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein were projected onto Windsor Castle on Tuesday evening, just hours before the start of the president's second official state visit to the UK. A police spokesperson said officers responded swiftly to halt the stunt, which was staged near the site of key ceremonial events planned for the following day. President Trump's past social ties to Epstein have drawn scrutiny in the past, though he has never been formally accused of wrongdoing in connection with the disgraced financier who died in prison in 2019. A van displaying an image of Trump and Epstein with the caption, "Welcome to the UK, Donald," was also seen in the area on Wednesday, though police later confirmed that no vehicle was seized in that incident. The incident also follows the recent dismissal of Lord Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to the United States after questions were raised about his personal links to Epstein. During the formal greetings at Windsor Castle yesterday, some onlookers noted that President Trump did not bow and First Lady Melania did not curtsy while shaking hands with King Charles and Queen Camilla, as well as the Prince and Princess of Wales. But while the gesture, or lack thereof, sparked conversation, royal protocol experts were quick to clarify no rules were broken. According to the royal family's official website, there are no obligatory codes of behavior when meeting a member of the royal family, but many people wish to observe the traditional forms. The guidance continues. For men, this is a neck bow from the head only, whilst women do a small curtsy. Other people prefer simply to shake hands in the usual way. The same clarification was referenced back in 2018 when President Trump greeted Queen Elizabeth II with a handshake. The following year, during his first state visit, he famously placed a hand over Her Majesty's back, prompting another round of public debate over royal etiquette. On this occasion, Trump may have sidestepped royal traditions, but he veered into controversy on American turf instead. As the U.S. national anthem played during the welcome ceremony, President Trump offered a military-style salute. However, according to 36 U.S. Code 301, only those in uniform or veterans are expected to salute. Civilians, including sitting presidents, are instead instructed to stand at attention with their right hand over their heart. Despite the minor points of protocol, the state visit continues today. Melania is set to have her own dedicated program while the president meets Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer at Chequers. The First Lady is scheduled to begin her day with the Queen, who will personally guide her through the Queen Mary's Dollhouse and the Royal Library at Windsor Castle, both known to be particular favourites of Her Majesty. Later in the day, the First Lady will join the Princess of Wales in Frogmore Gardens for an outdoor engagement with young children exploring nature. There they will meet Dwayne Fields, the Chief Scout, along with members of the Scouts Squirrels program, children aged 4 to 6, who are working towards their Go Wild badge. As joint president of the Scout Association, the Princess of Wales will present the badges alongside Mrs. Trump. The visit will also include the traditional formalities of a state visit, a viewing of royal collection artifacts with ties to American history, and the state banquet at which both the King and President Trump are expected to deliver speeches. More on Palace in just a moment. Don't forget, Season 2 of Crown and Controversy begins this Sunday, and you can binge the whole season if you are a subscriber, or just catch it every Sunday if you are not. If you'd like to become a subscriber, it's $4.99 a month, and you just click that button up there that says Listen Uninterrupted. And not only do you get all these special previews of seasons and shows, but you get to listen ad-free, and you get thousands of other shows from Calaroga Shark Media as well. And we really, really appreciate the support. With a busy week of news, we haven't had a chance to catch up on the reactions to Harry's interview in The Guardian. From the royalist, Tom Sykes writes, Prince Harry has just made what I consider to be the unbelievably stupid decision to double down on the scathing criticisms he made of his family in his memoir Spare and his Netflix show Harry and Meghan, and has once again demanded accountability on the part of his birth family. Incredibly, the interview appears to have been given less than 24 hours after his father broke with his other son, William, an overwhelming public opinion in the UK, and welcomed Harry to his London home for afternoon tea, breaking a 19-month estrangement. One ask from the King's side in connection with the meeting was a period of silence on the issue of the family's interpersonal relations from Harry afterwards. Any media trainer worth their salt would have advised Harry to deflect these questions, and his responses are likely to leave his PR team, who knows that remarks about the world's most famous family feud will completely overshadow not only the work he was doing in Ukraine with wounded soldiers, but also the great strides made in improving his own image globally this week. In another goal of quite epic proportions, Harry chose to reignite his feud with the UK press after enjoying several days of the warmest coverage he has seen in recent years. Even the virulently anti-Harry Mail and Telegraph ran pieces in recent days, remarking on how good it was to have Harry back in the UK. Amanda Platel, long one of Harry's fiercest critics, praised Harry in the Mail. So what does Harry decide to do? Why, restart the war, of course. In a further scarcely credible act of foolishness, which sadly can no longer be written off as youthful idiocy, Harry appears to have visited Vladimir Zelensky against the express wishes of the British government. The Guardian says Harry disappeared for an hour for the meeting. In a Substack post, Royal Insider Deep Crown writes, "The business about meeting Zelensky, the coy deflection, the mysterious hour-long disappearance is vintage Harry. He wants credit for the meeting without taking responsibility for any diplomatic complications it might cause. The suggestion that the British government preferred he not meet with the Ukrainian president on the same day as Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper's visit speaks to a fundamental problem. Harry continues to operate as though he's still a working royal, as though his actions don't have any diplomatic consequences." Emily Ferguson in The Express writes, "Harry's comments about his lack of regrets are one thing, but to allude to the King's health just months after his eyebrow-raising remark that he didn't know how much longer his father had left to live is unforgivable. I just can't believe that Harry would repay his father's generosity by meeting with him last week with such inflammatory, hurtful comments. The only person he's serving are those who knew such a meeting would end like this, such as the Queen, the Prince of Wales, and his top team of advisors." The Duke of Sussex had just started to win back public favour after his 4-day charm offensive in Britain and his visit to Ukraine, but not even a week later, he has blown it. Prince William is right. Harry cannot be trusted and should not be welcomed back. Also lost in the shuffle was Prince William icing Prince Andrew at the funeral. Shannon Miller writes in the Mirror, "At first it was mostly lesser-known mourners stepping out of the cars, but as the 2 p.m. service drew closer, you could feel the tension build. Police motorcyclists began clearing the way, and we knew the senior royals were moments away. Then it happened. The next arrival gave me actual chills. Myself and other members of the crowd leaned forward, curious to see who would step out next, and to my shock, it was Prince Andrew, and you could feel the air shift. It wasn't just me. You could hear gasps throughout the crowd. Everyone's jaws dropped, and some even exchanged looks of disbelief. Everyone around me seemed stunned that he was there, front and center, at such a high-profile royal event. It was hard to read the royals' reactions as expected, but one thing I picked up on was Prince William's expressions as his uncle kept trying to speak to him. Prince Andrew seemed to be giggling while talking, but Prince William rubbed his nose and gave the slightest nod like he was trying to end the conversation quickly. And there was a clear difference in how Prince William communicated with everyone else. He was fully engaged when speaking to Fergie and Princess Kate, but when it came to Prince Andrew, it felt like he was barely tolerating it. In a series of photographs, William is seen glaring at Andrew with a look many have described as unmistakably frosty. In other frames, William appears to look deliberately away while King Charles shares a light moment with his embattled younger brother. A friend of William's told the Daily Beast it was a disgrace Andrew had been seated directly behind William and Princess Kate, and that William was furious at being ambushed by his uncle, as pictures and footage of a scowling William standing alongside Andrew and the King emerged after the funeral of the Duchess of Kent. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, the app of your choice. Leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. And don't forget, we're on Facebook and Instagram. You can join the community there. Come say hi. And all those links, plus links to our new shows, are in the show notes. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.